Luna Kim, codename Luna, is a base operator in Delta Force that you get as soon as you start playing. She's part of the Recon class of operators, and in today's video we're going to go over her weapon selection, abilities, and playstyle, and I'm way overdue for this video. Luna, being a part of the Recon class, has access to 7 marksman rifles, 8 assault rifles, 1 shotgun, 4 sniper rifles, and 3 submachine guns. Now let's get into Luna's abilities. Her passive is called Enemy Analysis. It's a pretty cut and dry ability. Whenever an enemy is damaged by Luna in any way, they are briefly marked with an outline of their 3D character model and can be seen by everyone. Moving on to Luna's active abilities, her first one is a throwable, as is the same for all operators in Delta Force. Her GE2 frag grenade, which you get one of, is an upgraded version from Shepard's frag of the same name. It has a longer fuse time of 5 seconds but deals more damage in a bigger blast radius. When throwing the frag, you can either instantly throw it or hold it in order to cook the grenade. If you pull the pin on it, swapping to your weapon or a different gadget will save the grenade if you end up not wanting to toss it. Her next ability is the Volt Arrow. You can stack up to 3 of these in your reserve and they regenerate over time. The arrow itself generates electric current that deals damage to anyone in the vicinity. When you pull out your bow with the Volt Arrow, if you right click it, it will actually toggle between rebound on or off, meaning that you can essentially bounce these little things around corners or off a roof, which can be very good to clear doorways or launch an arrow into an occupied area without putting yourself in harm's way. When firing, you can also hold the fire button down to fully cock back the arrow or simply fire it straight away. The arrow can also be fired directly onto a target, at which point they will get prompted to remove it. But more often than not, they will simply end up dying as it does too much damage before they are able to remove it. Sticking someone with the arrow is great because players have the bad habit of running back towards cover, where you can usually find more players and then proceeding to deal damage to all the teammates around them. The Volt Arrow is also a fantastic counter to Seneva's EOD set. Simply fire the arrow at his shield and watch his health go down quickly, or he'll try to remove the arrow, at which point he is vulnerable and you are able to shoot at him. I also really like the Volt Arrow as an area denial tool to prevent revives or even a deterrent for enemies to go down a certain lane or path. Before I forget, if you lodge the Volt Arrow on a vehicle, it will now be lockable by players with lock-on capable anti-vehicle equipment to lock on directly. It can be very useful in vehicle-heavy maps. Her last ability is called Detection Arrow. Now I'm sure everyone knows what this nasty little arrow does. You fire it, it detects people within a certain radius if they are within that radius for long enough. The higher you fire the arrow, the larger the detection radius will be, up to 40 meters. From what I've been able to tell, they need to be within the arrow's radius for about 1 second for them to be spotted. Similarly to the Volt Arrow, you can choose the power at which the projectile gets shot. If you want the arrow to go far, simply hold down your fire button. If you are close to where you want your arrow to spot, firing it at full power more than likely won't spot many targets, if any at all. The arrow spots targets upon flying over them and releases microsensors in its path that will spot any moving targets shortly after. The Detection Arrow is incredible at racking up points, especially in CQB maps like Shafted or Knife Edge. As for gadgets, Luna has access to a total of 3 gadgets: the Respawn Beacon, Laser Indicator, and Claymore Mine. Despite Luna having access to marksman rifles and sniper rifles, I tend to use her as more of a get behind the enemy lines and put down a respawn beacon for teammates style. If you get a good flank that allows you and your squad mates to capture the enemy's back flags, your team is in business, as it can take the pressure off other objectives on the map. If you're playing AD, well, her utility goes without saying with the Detection Arrow, Enemy Analysis, and access to a spawn beacon. I mostly try to use suppressed weapons when playing as Luna to really lower the chances of enemies spotting me when I need to engage in combat situations. If you are using the respawn beacon, hiding them in bushes, in corners behind objects, or even better, on top of objects, enemy players will mostly be oblivious to its placement unless they actually see someone spawn on them. That is pretty much it for my Luna operator guide. I hope I provided you with some interesting little tips. If you think I missed out on anything, please add extra information in the comment section down below. I love getting insight from other players that I might have overlooked. In any case, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.